What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha. And we're going back to Ending on a High Note, the second disc, a concert from late 2010. And the next tune is Cry Wolf, a song from their Scoundrel Days album, 1986. I'm very fond of that album, I've mentioned that before. This is a tune that, it has a great rhythm to it. It has great swagger. It feels like a band, at, sort of the zenith of confidence, just a band that is feeling the instrumentation. Morton very impressive in the vocals. I remember when I first heard it, fair to say I eventually listened to the live in South America DVD audio performance, and as with a number of tunes in that live series of tracks, I think it hits particularly well in that rendering. So I get it, this is multiple decades later, so Morton's voice perhaps won't be quite what it was in that version. But yeah, I like the rhythm of the tune. It has great synth bass, something that, if people remember, very early on I did key in on, especially in the Aha 80s albums. So yeah, and ultimately I'm curious to hear if there's anything that's been reconfigured or perhaps adjusted to suit Morton's older vocal chords. So I do wonder about anything like that. Let's find out. This is from Ending on a High Note, Aha, and their song Cry Wolf, heard here in a live performance 2010. Wondering about the bass, if that's still synth bass or if that's guitar bass. I think it's still synth bass. A bit of dissonance. Yeah. There's just a moment where it sounded like guitar bass, but So yeah, like not the same live performance as live in South America, which was '90s, which is why I think I was saying '90s when it comes to that keyboard. Like, really, it makes me think of the '80s, which it feels like the song was rendered very true to the original in most respects. Again, it didn't sound identical to the live in South America performance, but it perhaps sounded more similar to that than I expected. Again, it's got that swagger, it's got that groove to it. And yeah, basically, it's not my favorite track from that album, fair to say, but it is a good track from an album that just might be, first among equals when it comes to Aha albums for me. But yeah, ultimately, I enjoyed the track. I think Morton sounded great. There were a couple moments where I felt like, okay, like maybe he doesn't hit that one like quite as hard as in the Live in South America. Although, as I was listening to it, I was thinking, number one, I forgot exactly what I said when I listened to that, which, it's one thing to think of the track, but there's like a specific experience of hearing it for the first time that's, like on camera. So then it was like, wait, like I don't remember exactly what I said during that. And another thing I didn't remember is whether I commented on any Motown vibes in either my reaction to the original track, which I believe is one of the ones that got blocked, and eventually I had to take like the song audio out of. But I think I reacted to an extended mix too. Is that right? I think that's right, and I don't think that one got blocked. But in any of those reactions, or in the one from the Live in South America DVD audio, I don't know if I commented, there's like some Motown vibes in this. Something about the like sing-songy nature of some of the lines, and like obviously some of the sonics are like, when I say Motown, I always think like 60s Motown, but fair to say, there's like 80s Motown and so on. Like there's Motown music from different eras, but yeah, it just felt little bit like it had some of that flavor, and I wasn't remembering in the moment. I was like, did I think that? Or even if I thought it, did I say it in any of the previous reactions? So essentially, I'm going crazy one day at a time. But yeah, whether or not I said it in a previous reaction, that was sort of the flavor that I was getting a little bit on like this performance. So either way, I enjoyed it. And again, the synth bass, there's a moment where I wasn't sure I was hearing it correctly, but yeah, I enjoyed the vibrancy of that and the drumming, like which ultimately the 80s albums, it's like drum machine, but like here, live drumming, like it, I feel like there were some moments where it added a lot. So as someone who's very fond of drum machines, I give a shout out to the live drumming on this one. In any case, do let me know what you think of this performance. I will see you next time. Peace.